Hello students, good morning to all of you. Today we will discuss here a poem. The name of the poem is A Tiger in the Zoo and the name of the poet is Leslie Norris. Here it is very interesting poem we will discuss here. We will discuss some difficult words. We will get the explanation of this poem and after that we will discuss here some poetic devices of this poem. So the name of the poem is A Tiger in the Zoo. And the name of the poet is Leslie Norris. Dear students, here the poem contrasts a tiger in the zoo with the tiger in its own natural habitat. The poem moves from the zoo to the jungle and back again to the zoo. It's very surprising. A tiger is being treated here as a person. How he walks smoothly, quietly in his cage in the zoo. Just now, when he is in the jungle, how patiently he awaits his favorite prey while lurking in the bush. When he is at the corner of the village, when he is at the border of the village, how he terrorizing the people. Here, a tragic imagination is here. After that, when he is locked in the concrete cell, he moves slowly and quietly. He ignores the visitors. And at last, in the cage in the zoo in the night, he looks at the star in the sky when the patrolling is going on. So dear students, just we will explain the poem here. It's a very interesting poem. Students, this is the first stanza of the poem A Tiger in the Zoo. He and this one, he stalks in his webbed stripes, the few steps of his cage on pads of velvet quite in his quiet reach. Now difficult words. Stalks, it means to move slowly and quietly. Vivids, very bright. And stripes, it means a long narrow line of different color. Here the descriptions of tiger body is here. Just we know the shape of tigers. We also know the color that is on the tiger's body. So this is a stripes, that means different colors in different lines. The few step of each cage, that is okay. On pads, pad that means pouch of the tiger. Pouch, pads, pouch of the tiger. Velvet white, velvet, that means soft body, we can say that, soft layer, we can say that. Quiet, that means silent. In his quiet rage, rage that means in extreme anger. So here, what the poet interprets, he stalks in his vivid stripes. Earlier I told you that here the tiger is being treated as a person. So he moves very slowly and quietly in his cage in the zoo, because it is the scene of zoo. And on his body, vivid stripes are there. The few steps of his cage, since he is locked in the cage, so only he can take few steps in the cage, inside the cage. On pads of velvet white, and the steps has been taken with the help of his pads, his paws. Velvet fabric, what we have said here, thick soft surface. Thick soft surface. So on pads of velvet white, in his quiet rage, and when he walks slowly and quietly in his cage, he is in extreme anger. So one important thing is here that he is in anger, but he is also quiet. So here the tiger in his cage in the zoo moves slowly, smoothly, and he shows his anger, but he is still silent. And he takes few steps in his cage because only in the cage he can walk because he is locked in the cage. On pads of velvet quiet, in his quiet rage, and how he walks with the help of his pads with his paws that is look like soft surface. And in his quiet rage, that means he is in extreme anger, but still he is silent. Now in the second stanza of this poem, first reading and then difficult words. So he should be lurking in shadow, sliding through long grass, near the water hole where plump deer pass. Just in the first stanza, we talk something in the zoo. We talk something in the cage in the zoo. Here we are in the jungle. We are talking something about the tiger in the jungle. He should be lurking in shadow. So difficult word, lurking. Get it? To wait somewhere secretly. The other word shadow, you know very well about that, very dark. Sliding, to move easily over a smooth surface. Long grass, you know. Water hole, that means the source of water. Pond, waters. Where plump deer pass, plump that means fat, we can say that. Looking soft, full and attractive to it. Deer we know. Pass that means go through. So he should be lurking in shadow. Means in the jungle, at the corner of the pond, how patiently he awaits his favorite prey while lurking in the bush. He waits for deer because on that place several deer come and they drink water. So we know very well about that. Favorite prey of the tiger is definitely deer. So at the corner of the pond, at the corner of the waters, he awaits for his favorite prey while lurking in the bush. That means just he is waiting in the bush for something. Just he wants there to eat deer. So for that, just he is just hiding himself there and he is waiting there. When the deer come, when the deer drink water, just the tiger take a long jump and eat the deer. So he should be lurking in shadow, means just he is awaiting the deer in very dark place. He is sliding, he is moving slowly. He is moving quietly through long grass. In the bush, he is sliding slowly. And this is the place where the sources of water are available. Where the deer comes, the deer drink water, and in that moment, the tiger kills the deer and eats the deer. Now, in the third stanza of the poem, A Tiger in the Zoo. First reading and then difficult words. He should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge, baring his white fangs, his white claws, terrorizing the village. Miss, just you will get it surprised that here the scene is full of tragic. So, at the border of the village, the tiger moves there. The tiger terrorizing the people. And what in that place he is doing? So, at the jungle's edge, that means at the border of the villages. What he does? So he exposing his white fangs. Fangs, that means long sharp teeth. Fangs, long sharp teeth. So he exposing his long sharp teeth, front teeth, his claws, and he also shows long nail, and he terrorizes the people of the village. He should be snarling, and the most important factor is here how he terrorizing in that place. So he snarls there. He snarls there. That means to show the teeth and making a deep angry and making a deep sound there. Making a deep sound there. So, at the corner of the village, at the border of the village, what he does? Just he snarls. He makes a big sound there. He terrorizes the people of the village. He shows his teeth, his nail, and after that, now we are going to talk about in the zoo when he is locked in the concrete cell. In the fourth stanza, but he is locked in a concrete cell, his strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. Here, in a concrete cell that means a cemented place, cemented room, confined place, we can say that. Behind bars, that means in a prison, where prisoner lives. Stalking, that means walking. Stalking the length of his cage. Ignoring, that means taking no notice. So he is locked. That means the tiger is kept in the cage in the zoo, where there is a concrete cell. His strength behind bar. That means he is caged. It means the tiger is kept in confined place. And in that place, in that length only, he walks smoothly and quietly. And after that, what he does? So he ignoring visitors. That means in the cage, he doesn't take notice of the visitors. In the fifth stanza, he hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. He hears, that means the tiger hears last voice at night. last voice, that means last sound at night when he is confined in the cage in the zoo, and in that time the patrolling is going on, and the sound of the patrolling he hears, and after that he looks at the stars in the sky with his staring eyes. So dear students, this is a poem just you have gone through. Now we will talk some poetic devices of this poem. Now the most important part of poem, that is poetic devices. Now we discuss here some poetic devices which are related to this poem. First, he. Earlier I told you the tiger is being personified here. It means the tiger is being treated as a person. So the first poetic device here is personification. That means here tiger is treated as a person. Again, one important poetic device also we are getting, and that is imagery. What is imagery? When we get some special scene, some special thought of the stranger, then we can say that the poetic device imagery has been used. When you will go through this stranger, you will get it that it is the matter related to the tiger, and it is in the cage in the zoo. It is clear. So an imagination is here. So we can say that here imagery poetic device has been used. So personification is here, imagery we have done. Now the most important poetic device, rhyming scheme, we are going to talk about. Rhyming scheme. That means same sound at the end of the poem. That means at the end of the sentence, same sound is going to be. So, stripes, cage, quite, rage, A, B, C and B, cage and rage. So here, poetic device, rhyming scheme, A, B, C, B, we can say here, A, B, C, B. Now, one thing, I, this one is here, I, here I, here I. So when we get vowel sound is prominent, so poetic device assonance is there. So here we can say that in I, assonance poetic device has been used here. Now again we are getting here, there is no full stop, no comma, you are getting here. So means one poetic device, enjambment, has been used here. Enjambment, when the sentence is continuing beyond the end of the line of the poem, is called enjambment poetic device. Means without punctuation mark, without full stop, the line of this sentence is continuing. So this is called enjambment. The fact of the poem is continuing beyond the end of the line of the poem. Enjambment is here. After that, oxymoron. Oxymoron is a very good poetic device. Oxymoron. We can say that it is a combination of an adjective. It is a combination of an adjective preceded by noun with contrasting meaning. That is called oxymoron. We can say that living death or so many words are here. Here we are getting quiet and here we are getting rage. Both are opposite. Quite silent. Generally in extreme range we can't be silent. But here, according to nature of the tiger, just quiet is also used and after that rage is also used. So it is, we can say that, a combination of an adjective preceded by noun with contrasting meaning. So oxymoron is here. After that, in second stanza. In the second stanza, he is used, we know very well about that. He is for the tiger. The tiger is being treated as a person. So here again, personified, that means personification has been used. He should be lurking in the shadow, sliding through long grass, means it is the scene of the jungle. So imagery poetic device has been used here. Imagery poetic device. Rhyming scheme: A, B, C, B, grass, pass. So rhyming scheme A, B, C, B has been used. Enjambment is here. Enjambment, you are getting here, there is no full stop, there is no punctuation marks. So enjambment, earlier I told you, the fact of the sentence continues beyond the end of the line, beyond the end of the line of the poem. We say that here enjambment poetic device has been used. So here enjambment poetic device. And at last we are getting alliteration, P. Alliteration is the repetition of the consonant sound at the beginning of more than two consecutive words. And here we are getting plump, P and P. So here alliteration is also here, alliteration. In the third stanza, he, again it has been used. So personification is here. Here again we are getting imagination of some scene. So here imagery poetic device has been used. After that, one word we are getting a snarling. A snarling, it is a sound word. And for sound word, we can say that onomatopoeia is a word. It is a poetic device, onomatopoeia, and here this poetic device has been used for a snarling. After that, when we talk about rhyming scheme, so same we are getting here, A, B, and just now after that C and then B. So A, B, C, B, same thing is here. After that, here we are getting I sound is prominent. So here poetic device assonance has been used. Vowel sound is prominent here. So in this way, we can say that same rhyming scheme is here. One sound word, a snarling, for that onomatopoeia is used here. And imagery, personification, and after that we are going to say that here I, this sound assonance, because vowel sound is prominent. Now the poetic devices of the fourth stanza. First, just we are getting here that concrete sail, here E sound is prominent. So here in poetic device, assonance is here. Earlier I told you, when the vowel sound is prominent, then assonance poetic device is here. He is already clear that personification is here. Again, imaginary poetic device has been used because it is the scene of the cage in the zoo. And just now, here one thing more you are getting behind bars. So alliteration is here. Alliteration, that means beginning of the same consonant sound at the starting of the words, and we are getting here consecutive words are here, so alliteration is here. And after that we are getting ignoring visitors. So ignoring visitors, again we are getting here ignoring, just I sound is here going to be prominent. So we can say that in this sentence assonance may be. In the fifth stanza, poetic devices, rhyming scheme, each and every stanza rhyming scheme is same, and here also we are getting A, B, C and B. So rhyming scheme is A, B, C, B. He hears, you know very well, alliteration is here. Alliteration is here. And after that you are getting just stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. Here you are getting just I sound is getting prominent. So here you can say that assonance is here. So in this way, just we completed our poem. So dear students, you have understood this poem. This poem will help you getting good marks. Thank you.